everyone. Today's topic is disk scheduling. So before moving to scheduling algorithms and scheduling, we will talk about disk management. So disk management is a process of organizing and maintaining the disk storage of a computer's hard drive. It involves dividing the hard disk into partitions, formatting these partitions to different file systems, and regularly maintaining and optimizing the disk performance. The goal of disk management is to provide a convenient and organized storage system for users to store and access their data, as well as to ensure that the computer runs smoothly and efficiently. Okay, so here we know that there are some key functions in the disk management. One is partitioning, the second one is formatting, assigning disk drive letters, monitoring and maintaining, backup and recovery support. So first we have already said partitioning, dividing the hard disk into sections. Okay. Next is formatting, preparing a partition to store data by setting up the file system. And assigning drive letters, that is label each partition so OS can easily access them. Monitoring and maintenance, it involves checking disk health, running defragmentation and optimizing the performance. And the last one is backup and recovery support, that is disk management often works with the backup tools to ensure data safety. So these are the key functions of disk management. Now next is the seek time. A disk is divided into many circular tracks. We know that disk is divided into many circular tracks, and these tracks, okay, many circular tracks, and they are again further divided into sectors. So the seek time is defined as the time required by the read-write head to move from one track to another. Now on the next read-write request, we may want the reader. So right now we can see that read-write head is at track 4. Now next request is that read the data from track 1. Okay, so it has to move from track 4 to track 1. Okay. Now, on the next read-write, we may want the read-write data from the track 4. In this case, our read-write head will move to track 4, whichever it was there previously, from there to track 4. The time it will take to reach track 4 is called seek time. The next is rotational latency, that is, the disk is divided into many circular tracks, and these tracks are further divided into sectors. And the time required by the read-write head to rotate to the requested sector from the current position is called rotational latency. For example, consider the following diagram. So you can see the diagram here. There are tracks and there are sectors. You can see that 4 sectors also. Now we can divide that each track into 4 sectors, and the system gets a request to read a sector from the track 1. Thus the read-write head will move to track 1, and this time will be called seek time. And the read-write head is currently in 3, but the data may not be in the sector 3. The data block may be in the sector 1. So the read-write head to move from sector 3 to sector 1 is called rotational latency. Next we have transfer time. It's a time taken to transfer the data. And the disk access time is given as disk access time is equal to rotational latency plus seek time plus transfer time. We have seen all these things: rotational latency, seek time and transfer time, and all these summing up together we call it as disk access time. Now we have disk response time, that is, it is the average of time spent by each request waiting for the input-output operation. So we will once again see what is seek time. So this is the time it takes from disk read-write head to move to the track where the required data is stored. That is called seek time. Okay. The next one, that is, it is moving like an arm of a record player to the correct groove. That is called seek time. Now rotational latency, that is the time it takes from desired sector to rotate under the read-write head. Okay, that is rotational latency. Next is response time, that is the total time it takes to complete a request from the data, for data from the disk. That is response time is equal to access time, that is seek time plus rotational latency plus transfer time. All together we call it as disk access time. Now next is disk scheduling algorithm. There are various disk scheduling algorithm. We will see the scheduling algorithm in the next class. Thank you.